Hello and welcome to our full moon meditation today under the full corn moon on September 1st. I never know when this thing starts recording, so I just start talking and hope for the best. So, thank you for joining me here today for our full moon live. And for those of you who are joining for the first time, I'm Zara Haji, creator and founder of Yoga Goddess, and my signature fertility yoga program called Moon Goddess, which is the first online fertility program of its kind. Um, and we celebrate the full moon here every month. And I love meditating with all of you who find me for a variety of different reasons. For those of you who are menstruating today, um, you are on a red moon cycle. And so many of you find me because you are Googling periods and the moon. So welcome, welcome, menstruating goddesses, ovulating goddesses, wherever you are in your cycle. I want to welcome you and feel free to let me know where you are in your cycle. And also, I'd love to hear from you. So say hello, let me know where you're joining from, and we'll get started in just a minute. I have some exciting things to share with you, and I just want to make sure that, yes, I can see everyone. Good. So hello, Cynthia, welcome. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. Let me know where you're joining us from. I love to know all the cities from all over the world that that you're all joining us from as our circle constellates. It's really cool to see where everyone is. Cynthia says she's ovulating. Awesome. So Cynthia, you're on a white moon cycle. Good for you. And Rebecca says, I'm just finishing my period. Welcome, Rebecca. Hi, Jessica. Hello, Natasha. Nice to see you. My longtime friend. Lots of memories. University, Mexico. Oh, my God. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Michelle from Hamilton. So nice to see you. And Rebecca says her period is starting on Friday, coming from Colorado. Welcome. Hi, Andrea says hello from London. You are on day 3. Good. So you are on a red moon cycle. Awesome. And Dilara, wow. Hi from Morocco. So nice to see you here. And Kate from Chicago. Afia, wow. Nice to see you from Toronto. Look at all these old-time friends and students I haven't seen in a long time. So lovely to have you. Martha, hola. She's joining from Barcelona. Fantastic. All right. So I have been taking a look at my journal just as we got on today because I'm trying to calculate the dates of things that have been happening and transpiring and the magic that's been bubbling in my life. And the reason I want to share some of this with you, well, it's for a few reasons I want to share this with you. But we are entering the season of the Enchantress, right? So we're moving out of the blossoming, full pregnancy of the summertime mother energy, and we're moving into the enchanting, seductive, kind of wild and unpredictable energies of the Enchantress. It's witchy, it's magical, it's stormy. I don't know about you, but my emotions have been stormy the last few weeks. I think specifically around the new moon and for the last 2 weeks, it's been really tough for me emotionally, mentally. I'm attributing it personally to my homeopathy that I've been doing. But I also think, in talking to a friend of mine who also is big into the feminine cycles and the seasons and how the energy changes from season to season. And, last month we gathered together under the thunder moon. So, of course, it makes sense. It makes sense that we're moving into a season where winds are kicking up, the rains are coming more frequently. There's this real sense of fall, kind of. It's there hovering in the air. It hasn't, certainly not in Toronto, taken hold. It's still pretty hot here, and I think probably all over the east coast of Canada and the U.S. But there's this sense of like it's coming, right? There's this anticipation. There's this I don't know. There's a sense of a feeling around in the atmosphere that summer is coming to an end, and there's the mystery of the fall that is always mystery as we start school, and there's all these unknowns and new beginnings. But then, of course, the added layer of the coronavirus mystery of when will life ever return to some sense of normalcy, or, as so many people are talking about, a different kind of world, a new paradigm, and what will that look like? There's so much mystery and the unknown. And I feel like most of us are not very comfortable, right, in the unknown. So just sort of putting that out there, how do you resonate with this energy right now, the stormy, that sense of ominous foreboding of the fall and moving into the Enchantress energy? I want to hold my dear friend Jeannie with a big hug, because I know that she got her period twice, just got her period again today. So with the new moon and the full moon, so there's that stormy, wild Enchantress doing her dirty tricks on some of us that are coming on twice in 1 month. So let me just see what you all have to say. Let's see. Oh, hi, Kelly. Kelly's joining from Leamington. Hi, Sony. Wow, so many people I haven't seen in a long time. Natalie, hello. Natalie from Round Rock, Texas, who just had a baby on Thursday. Oh my God, congratulations. Ah, Valeria, hola, from Costa Rica. Nice to see you. And we have Tina from Minnesota, Kim Marie from the UK, hello in Manchester, and Becky from Georgia. Wow. Okay, so many of you from all over the world joining. So, Shelly says she's also on her period. Welcome, Shelly. Hi, Rosie from Phoenix. So yes, let me know if you are resonating with that stormy feeling of the Enchantress looming, that sense of looming, that the summer is coming to an end. And what's storming in your life, I wonder? So feel free to add that in the comments. Now, I want to also share with you, again, the upside of the Enchantress is the magic, right? That sense of weaving the mystery and the tapestry that comes with witchcraft and spells and incantations, and the magic of meditation specifically is what I want to touch on today. So for those of you who probably don't know this, I don't think I said much when in March, when all of this pandemic stuff started, I was actually in Mexico and flying to Costa Rica on March 13th, actually. So the day where the world basically shut down, Zara is in the Cancun airport, flying from Cancun to San Jose, Costa Rica. And I was going there to do two things, to assist in Miranda Gray's level 2 training in Costa Rica. So shout out to Valerie, who I met there, and also to teach my own Moon Goddess weekend retreat in Costa Rica, the first of its kind. I haven't been teaching in person for years, and I haven't been teaching even online for quite some time, yoga specifically. So it was sort of my venturing out into the world to dip my toes back into teaching again. And of course, that didn't happen because the coronavirus happened instead. Everything got canceled. We actually made it, Miranda's training did happen that weekend, and then everything shut down. Um, and I actually went to Valerie's house, so nice to see you here, Valerie. And she took me in, and I had a nice week of sort of trying to figure out what to do, but enjoying myself in Costa Rica, and finally be taking a repatriation flight home. So of course now I arrived back in Toronto in the middle of a pandemic. Everybody's in isolation, and Zara has no groceries. So I have a wonderful neighbor, Alicia, and she went grocery shopping for me. And then, of course, I was isolated for 14 days. And it wasn't exactly a fun thing to come home to. Natasha says, of course, you'd be transnational on the day everything shut down. Yeah, that is so me. And I had obviously a lot of time to reflect and also to acclimatize to like this weird new reality that we were all of a sudden facing. And so I turned to, of course, my practice, where I realized actually wasn't really enough for me what I was doing. And there was this meditation program that I've been eyeing for a long time called Ziva Meditation. And the woman who created it is called Emily Fletcher out of New York City. And I said, I thought to myself, I really want to do something that's guided, that is not just me teaching myself, but something where someone else is holding space and I'm learning something new. And, every time I do a 40-day meditation practice, some kind of magic or miracle happens. So, of course, in the back of my mind, I'm sitting in that anticipation of what's going to manifest through this 40-day practice. And it so happened to also be a Venus retrograde. And in my Moon Goddess mentorship program, we had a wonderful cohort, the first mentorship program that I led this year. And 15 women joined, and we were all doing the 40-day practice together in conjunction with the Venus retrograde. And so I was looking back at the dates, and the Venus retrograde was from May 14th to June 25th. And in the weekend right after that, because I wanted to remember what exactly happened. And the weekend after that, I had a conversation with my very good friend, Amy Sedgwick. And I told her, I think I need to change the way I'm doing Yoga Goddess. And I had a really deep heart-to-heart conversation with her. And feeling that, things are kind of coming to a close, a transition of some kind. And it was a very emotional conversation. And, this is my baby. Yoga Goddess has been my baby for the last 12 years. We celebrated the 12th anniversary of Yoga Goddess on July 11th. So just before that 12th birthday, I'm having this conversation with my dear friend Amy Sedgwick from Red 10 Sisters. And, she said something really profound to me. She said, Zara, you gave up motherhood so that other women could become mothers. And those words were so healing and so touching. And in that instant, I can't tell you how much shifted for me because of that acknowledgement. So my fertility story is not really part of this, what I wanted to share today. But, that has been my journey, helping so many women around the world become mothers. When everything else failed, they found that Moon Goddess helped them do that healing of the heart womb connection and brought their babies to them. So so in that conversation, I reached sort of this pivotal moment, realizing that my journey with Yoga Goddess was coming to an end. Little did I know, though, that that wasn't exactly right. It's just taking a turn. Things are shifting. So that is what I want to share with you today, and share with you in a bigger way on Friday. Um, so I have really wonderful news to share with all of you, um, because Yoga Goddess is not coming to an end, actually, but reincarnating in this new manifestation. So coming back to my meditation story, so you can see how all this links together. So the Venus retrograde ends on July 25th. My 40-day practice essentially is complete, but I, have continued meditating twice a day as the Ziva technique asks you to do. And literally, so July 5th, I have this conversation with Amy, and July 7th, I get a message from my previous student, Daniela Hess, who is the co-founder of Yoga Farm out of Ithaca, New York. And Daniela says, Zara, I have this community of all these people, 1,500 active students in Yoga Farm who are doing yoga teacher training. And, I'd love to talk to you about your work and introducing you to our community. And in that moment, I'm thinking, wouldn't it be nice if we could fold in Moon Goddess into an already existing yoga teacher training program? And no word of a lie, we sent our messages, we crossed in that thinking. It was really, I think the only word to describe it is pure magic. So since that initial message was sent over Facebook Messenger, Daniela Hess and I and Jeannie O'Neill, her amazing co-creator in Yoga Farm and Kundalini Yoga teacher, which of course has to be a Kundalini Yoga teacher training program that I'm working with, because that's the basis of my work. So we are now partnering, and we're going to be co-teaching, co-facilitating a program in the fall that I want to tell you more about on Friday. So for those of you who have been wanting to learn with me, but also want to be able to dive deeper into the yoga aspects of the work that I do, because so much of the work that we do, or that the stuff that I share with you here, is more about the moon and the menstrual cycle, but we've kind of gotten a little bit distance from the yoga. So it's time to fold that back into my work in a deeper way. And Yoga Farm is that portal that's opening up to facilitate bringing yoga back to Yoga Goddess, which is something that hasn't been lost on me, that it's strange that we don't do as much yoga as, we could be. So I hope for those of you who are, going back, sort of, again, coming back to the theme that we started with at the beginning, where we're entering the season of this magical Enchantress and the sense of the unknown, and right now the unknowable, actually. And in that liminal space and place of where there's potentiality, where life is about to become suspended, right? And where when we transition from the bounty and the blossoming and lusciousness of summer into the fallow and that sort of retreat of the fall into the death and the depths and the frozenness of winter, we literally we literally see the cycle of life and death right there embodied through the seasons. And when we're in sync with the rhythms of the earth, we feel that, right? We feel that turning in, from that outward, sunshiny, everyone's outside, being social, even though, we're socially distanced now in that being social place. Um, and moving into more of a seriousness, right? More of a getting down back to business and um, going into that place of back to school mode, back to work mode. Um, and also, with the added layer of the heaviness of, well, it's going to be different. Summer and the coronavirus were good partners, right? But coronavirus and being inside, not so much fun. Um, so we're moving into that. I wonder if part of that stormy feeling is that awareness that summer is coming to a close. I love fall too. Someone said that they love fall. I love this transition. And normally I don't really look forward to the fall. I don't look forward, I should say, to the end of the summer. I definitely look forward to the fall, but I don't usually look forward to the end of summer. And this time, it has an added layer of when summer ends, we're kind of more confronted with the reality of this new weird world that we're living in. And so, part of what's helped me get through this really uncertain time is having a practice that I can lean into, that I can be supported by, that I can feel connected to source and the greater sense of connectedness, but also knowing and plan and that sense of that there is a way through this that maybe I can't see, but of course the greater all that is can see, and being held by that. So part of why I'm so excited to be joining Yoga Farm, the team, and the advanced teacher training program that's starting on October 1st is we're going to be holding that space for so many people, women predominantly, but all people, um, to go through this transition time, being held in a place of learning and guidance and teaching, but really the most important teacher lies within us, right? So as we cycle back to this back to school time and the magic and potentiality of the Enchantress, I just want to plant that seed of, they say when the student is ready, the teacher will come. So if there is a part of you that wants to dive into your own process of healing and discovery, connection to source, whether or not you want to teach. So many of us need healing for our own journeys, regardless of whether we want to make it a career or not. Um, so, just something to think about, which we'll explore with an interview with Danielle and Jeannie and the Yoga Farm on Friday. So, for those of you who want to learn more about what we're concocting, um, then I invite you to join us on Friday. So, now coming to today's meditation, put my journal away. Today, as I mentioned earlier, we've gathered here under the corn moon, and corn signifying we're going into the harvest time. It's the abundance of the season, and we're moving into that time. Um, Next full moon is actually called the harvest moon, I believe, or I don't know, Heidi, you can correct me, I forget. And then we go into Samhain, which is, the pagan way of saying Halloween. And it's and Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, which comes first, and then American Thanksgiving. So we're in this time of harvest and abundance, and uh, looking at everything that the bounty, right? The bounty that we're bringing, that we've been bestowed, and also um, that's coming forth from ourselves and from the land. And it's a time to consider, right, the gifts that we're touching into. And it's a weird time, right, to be thinking about the gifts of what these days and times are bringing to us. Um, and for me personally, especially, given the story that I just told you, the coronavirus has brought its own strange gifts. And this sense of surrendering, because we don't know and we can't know. And what I kind of left out of the story is I started the summer off, saying, I don't know what's the future of Yoga Goddess, and I can't know, but I know, or what I asked for is something that would allow a smooth transition, something that would let this creation continue to live with or without me. So, in that place of surrendering, magic was able to um, you know, whoosh in. Can't think of the right word. Sweep in. There was this space that was opened up for what I couldn't see. I didn't know how it was going to happen. So, and it happened quickly in this particular scenario, but it doesn't always happen so quickly when we put out an intention to let go, to let be, to allow the universe to show us the way. It's not always so clear, and there's this time of uncertainty. And I can't remember the date that I talked to my team about entering into this uncertainty and kind of scaling down all of what we were doing for the summer until I figured out what was going to happen in the fall. And all of these, the connection between Yoga Farm and Daniela and Jeannie happened quite quickly. And I always attribute that to a 40-day meditation practice. So if you've never done one, I highly recommend it. In Kundalini Yoga, it's especially powerful and prescribed. So, we can talk about that on Friday. So for today's meditation, I would ask you to consider for yourself, where does surrender and letting go fit into the place of the unknown and unknowable that you're sitting in right now in your life. And, I'll share with you what Miranda Gray says about this particular full moon and the full moon rays. She gives them colors every month, and this month the moon rays are silver, both silver and green. And the silver ray brings tranquility and love, gentleness and calm. And it also helps us to discover our authentic femininity. And she says we remember who we are and discover aspects that we never knew we had. And we are reminded that we are the reflection of the cycles of the divine feminine. And then the green ray brings the energies of a fresh start and new opportunities for us to express our true selves. So here we sit on the precipice, right, of stepping into and discovering aspects of our authentic femininity, and then the newness, the stepping into the fresh and new beginnings. So I feel kind of like, wow, I felt that. So she recommends, if you have a shawl that for you represents the colors. So this is my silvery uh, turquoise shawl that I will use for today's meditation. And because we have so many women today on our call, we're going to do what we have been doing recently, which is asking everyone to call their own name in. So I'll guide you in that in a moment. And what I'll do is I'll start off by lighting a candle and inviting you to really take a moment and sit with everything that, I've just sort of brought forward, because it's a lot, right? Surrender and the unknowable and the unknown, and discovering aspects of your authentic feminine nature, um, starting fresh. Like, where do you sit in all of this? It's such a lush, abundant field, right? That we're all coming into in this full moon, which is also in Pisces. So, wow, right? So much depth and emotion. So that storminess. So where are you sitting right now in all of this? And just taking a moment to be with the enormity of everything that we're sitting with right now. I feel like I'm not alone in that sense of enormity. There's just so much. So much. So where can you situate yourself right now in this moment, in this so muchness? As we call forward that calm and tranquility, light this candle. Light two candles, actually. And I ask you or invite you to just take a moment, feeling yourself sitting in your seat, feeling your feet or your seat. If you're sitting on the floor, you feel your seat. If you're sitting on a chair, you'll feel your seat and your feet. Just taking a moment to come into this present moment, right here, right now, with all of us gathered today, whether it's live or on the replay. You can place your left palm facing up, your right palm facing down. And just imagine us in this virtual circle, feeling that connection. All of our energies coming together to form a circle wherever we are right now. Feeling that circle constellate. And just taking a moment to connect with your own heart. Connect with your womb center. That space below your belly button. and down to your perineum. That whole space is your womb space. Smiling from your womb, smiling from your heart. Feeling our circle forming, joining across all these cities and countries. And if you like, you can say your name to presence yourself into the circle. Zara. Just imagining you're hearing the names of all the women who are here today gathered, who will gather later on the replay. And feeling their hearts and wombs connecting with yours. Gently resting your hands in a comfortable position. And let your eyes close. Take a deep breath and feel your weight on the floor or on the chair. And let your body sink into that support. With your next breath, bring your awareness to your lower belly. Feel, know, or see that your womb tree lies within your lower belly. Its beautiful trunk splits into two main branches, and they are full of deep green leaves, small white flowers, and red jewel-like fruits on the ends. The tree's roots grow deep down into the earth. Follow them down, connecting you and anchoring you, allowing you to receive golden energy into your womb. Feel grounded and balanced within. Now become aware of the full moon above you. She's bathing you in the most beautiful silver white light that washes through your aura and over your skin. Within the silver white light lie all the colors of the rainbow, softened into a gentler, feminine vibration. See or feel that within the moonlight are individual rays of silver and green light. The silver and green light flows over you and through you, down your body and into your womb center. Open your womb and let it fill with color and energy and love of the Moon Mother. Repeat these words in your mind. I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of silver and green moonlight. I open my womb with love to receive the energies of silver and green moonlight. I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of silver and green moonlight. Continue to bathe and bask in the moon rays, being showered down by the Moon Mother. Receive the silver and green moonlight into your womb with love. Breathe and receive for the next few minutes in silence. Remembering your womb tree roots connecting you down to the earth, the full moon above, bathing you in her silver white light with individual rays of silver and green. Notice how you feel and what you sense and see. Slowly bringing your awareness back, growing your womb tree roots deep into the earth. Bring your awareness to your heart and feel gratitude for the healing gift of the Moon Mother. Take a deep breath, smile, and open your eyes. So, Miranda says the silver ray brings tranquility, love, gentleness, and calm, and helps us to discover our authentic femininity. We remember who we are and discover aspects that we never knew we had, because we are reminded that we are the reflection of the divine feminine. So I wish that for you, that this month, and especially these 2 weeks following the full moon, shows you what that means for you personally. And I'd love to know how you experience this meditation, how you feel right now. What was it like for you? Please share in the comments. Oh. Misty Grove says, "This is the best. You guided me through my own IVF process. I believe it was your meditations that opened me so quickly to become pregnant with my son in 2018. So freaking amazing." I agree. Congratulations, Misty. Beautiful. Becky says, "I need healing. I'm in a place of working on raising my vibration and connecting with my higher self." Thank you, Becky, for sharing that. Beautiful. And Katie and Daniela says, "I love doing your yoga videos." Thank you. Yes. Imagine a world where all women understand their magical rhythms. Yes, Daniela, imagine that. I'm excited to co-create that reality with Yoga Fart. Right. Sarah says, "I'm bleeding and feeling held." Thank you, Sarah. Stephanie says, "Much calmer now." I definitely feel a sense of that silver ray and the green ray. I love the image of that and that sense of being bathed in tranquility and calm and gentleness. I know I really needed that with the storminess that has been surrounding me personally in my inner world. So I hope that you can take this cloak of the moon rays with you today into the rest of your day, into the rest of your week and this month. Um, I'd love to hear more from you, how this meditation has been and how you're feeling. Um, Elizabeth says, have been suffering with a health problem recently, so this was wonderful as I'm back on the path to balance and health again. Beautiful. Thank you, Elizabeth. And Julia says, I'm feeling powerful and energized and reassured for some uncertainty ahead in my life. And yes, less stormy about it. Beautiful. I love that, Julia. Thank you. So, for those of you who are curious and want to know more about what I'm up to with Yoga Farm and my new co-creative partners, I invite you to join on Friday. We're going to do a live from this page at 12:45 Eastern. Um, and we're going to talk with Daniela and um, Jeannie about this 300-hour advanced yoga teacher training program. You don't have to be a yoga teacher to join it, but if you are, then you can teach afterwards. If you're not, then it's more for your own personal growth and healing. And the program very interestingly combines Kundalini Yoga, Enneagram, women's cycles and the moon, and Ayurveda. So we'll talk at length with Jeannie and Daniela on Friday. You can ask questions live for those of you who want to know more. And we could just connect and have fun. They're hilarious and we have loads of fun together. So I welcome you to join us on Friday, 12:45 p.m. Eastern. And I'll share more about the magic of doing 40-day meditation practices to create your own um, manifestations, because I tell you it works. Um, Marta, hello. She says, the word courage has come to me. I desire to really integrate Enchantress in me with love and peace. Thank you. That's beautiful, Marta. And Katie says, I had a wound surgery 1 month ago and am waiting for my moon to start and was anxious on what it will be like or if it will arrive. I feel blessed and calm now. Beautiful. Thank you all for sharing the full moon with me today and every month. I feel very blessed to bask in this energy together collectively. Our circle is now open, but always unbroken. And I hope to see you back here at the beginning of October. We're going to be doing a Friday, and we're changing up the time as some of our goddesses in India want to be able to join. So we're shifting it to 12:45 p.m. Eastern on October 2nd. So see you hopefully this week, Friday, 12:45 p.m. Eastern, and then again October 2nd for our next full moon meditation. And yes, the replay is always here. You can come back to it. It'll also be on our blog. And hope to see you on Friday. Bye for now.